the World Cup in the UK later this year, and that big talking point, who wears the 7? The incumbent Daly Cherry Evans, who was a part of the last Australian team, which will be 3 years ago. Keep in mind they lost this match to Tonga in quite remarkable circumstances. But Gus, this is how they lined up on that day. Teddy at the back, the Fox and Cottridge on the wings, Latrell and Jack White in the centres. The Queensland halves combo of Munster and Cherry Evans. Cookie was at dummy half, Papali'i and Dave Clemmer making up the front row. Corden, the captain, who of course we know has since retired. Tyson Frizzell, Jake Trbojevic the back row, and then Cam Murray, Payne Haas, Paul Vaughan, Wade Graham. Just how different will this side look, and what do you do about the halves? Gus?
Mate, we've got another 10 weeks to go. Why are we asking this question now? Is this just to be controversial?
Well, because we won't be on air after the season's finished. So, yeah, we've got to...
They've got so far to go. I mean, Penrith will win the comp. Cleary will be Clive Churchill medal winner. How are they going to leave him out of playing Australian halfback? Cherry Evans, you know, they'll take them both across. Of course they will.
They'll play a couple of games each in the early stages.
Of course they will. And then the decision will be who plays in the final. By then, Munster might have got hurt. They might have to play together. Yeah. Why are you making a decision now? Wait until the medical, James.
Beautifully handled.
But this bloke, you know, like he'll be the Clive Churchill medal winner this year. Penrith will win the grand final. He'll be the Clive Churchill medal winner. Daly Cherry Evans might have been out of the comp for 6 weeks. You'll have forgotten his name by then.
Gus, does it make a difference? Cherry Evans is 33, probably will be his last ever World Cup. Is the incumbent halfback, did win the Origin Series. Yeah. Cleary's only 23 years of age.
I am an unabashed Daly Cherry Evans admirer. I have been his whole career, ever since he came into first grade, and I think he's been a wonderful for Seagulls, wonderful for Queensland. He's had his ups and downs, but he's a really mature leadership player, and they're going to need someone like that over in the World Cup for sure. You know, Nathan Cleary hasn't played in that environment across there in these types of games and hasn't played that test match football. You know, you've got to take people over there that have done it before. I think Cleary, by the end of the year, will have proven that he deserves to be the halfback, but you need Daly Cherry Evans in the squad as well.
I had to admit it, but I think it's going to be DC. I think DC at the moment deserves it. I agree with what you're saying. There's so much footy to play between now and then. Yeah. But I think if we're regarding State of Origin as a genuine trial game, which it used to be for the Australian team, the fact that Queensland has won it, DC played so well game 1 and 3 in particular. You know, he probably deserves it at the moment, as much as it pains me to say.
What do you make of all the talk post-Origin, Gus, of Nathan being a good front runner and not someone that you're back with?
Rubbish.
Rubbish. Don't agree with it?
Rubbish. Yeah, absolute rubbish. You've got to find something to talk about.
Well, that's not my opinion. I think Nathan should be the number 7 for Australia.
Bloody media.
Well, look, James Tedesco was fullback then. He'll be a fullback this time around. But Tommy Turbo, where's he at in the road to recovery, Michael?
Well, it's an interesting one. I made a couple of calls today, James, to see where Tom Trbojevic is at now. He's tracking to play. Well, he's probably unlikely to play for Manly, but if they wanted to, he could probably be there or thereabouts prelim grand final time. But for Mal Meninga, he's considering picking Tom for that World Cup squad, given the fact that he'll be given the green light probably 6 weeks before they play their first game.
What was it? Did he dislocate the shoulder?
He's had a shoulder reconstruction.
Did he have a reconstruction? Yeah. He's $1 million to 1.
100%.
I've spoken to people at Manly. He's going to be fit to go.
They're kidding
by the time the October is.
And how do they test if he's going to be right? You can do as much testing as you want.
Okay, so that's 6 weeks.
Unless you play a game of rugby league where people want to kill you. Okay. You can't test it.
You're Australian coach. Tom Trbojevic is fit for 6 weeks.
And hasn't played a game for 6 months.
Do you not pick him? I'm asking you. Do you not pick him?
No, I don't.
You don't pick him.
And not when you haven't played a game for 6 months. A game of rugby league for at least 6 months, no.
Even if there's games against minnows leading into the World Cup?
No, I don't.
Okay.
No, I don't. It's not fair on other players that have played the whole season, and it's just not the right thing to do. It's not the right thing by him.
Des, you'll be saying, Tommy.
Yeah, do you think Des going to let him go?
But there's going to be players who haven't played for 2 months by the time the World Cup starts.
But then they go and they train, they play, they might play Papua New Guinea, a team like that, which they've done in the past.
I can't believe we're talking about World Cup selection.
So he's asking the
July. You've given us nothing on it.
Andre, the floor manager, can't do anything
about it. This is worse than Origin.
I promise you that.